So we're at the last part of Unit 5 and we're going to be exploring the 5E lesson plan, which is what all teachers are expected to use during this time or this era with regards to catering to the 21st century learners. So the 5 E's. First of all, we have engage, explore, explain, elaborate, and evaluate. So that's the order in which your lesson should be developed. Now you can go to Moodle. There's a sample lesson plan provided there for you guys to go through to see how you should be writing your lesson plans. So for engagement, this is about engaging your students, grabbing your students' attention throughout your lesson. So this is where you as a teacher try to find something that would stimulate your students' interest at the beginning, right? So for example, if you're looking at you're looking at directions, compass direction. You could start your lesson with a video with a Jamaican giving direction to somebody. And of course, in that video, they're going to talk about, oh, you go down this, so you're going to see one big tree, you take the left, you take another left, you keep going until you see a red building. Yeah, and that would create some stimulation in your lesson, right? And that's your engagement. Then your exploration now is all about you being the facilitator. Remember we spoke about that in terms of you guiding your students. So with guiding your students, you're going to need a resource. So you give them something now for them to explore the bulk of your lesson. So if you're going to be looking at compass direction, then you're probably going to allow them to now look at the different points or the different directional points. You have a chart that you'll provide and for them to label. And then at the same time, you have a handout that would have pointers related to the steps of finding direction, right? So you have a resource there for them to use, and then you have a task for them to do, because you can't have a resource and you don't have questions to guide them, right? So they will be exploring the concepts, exploring whatever you want them to look at, and then now you jump now to your explanation, where you will facilitate the responses of the students based on the task given, and you'll be the facilitator to build on what they would have gathered. You give them more examples. If you need to give them summary on the board, then you do that. So explanation stage, that's when you explain or you go through what they would have explored. Then now you move to your elaboration stage, which is about building on what they would have grasped in your class. So you're extending their knowledge. You're not giving them any new thing, So you can give them a scenario. So for example, if you're looking at water cycle, you can ask them, what if transpiration was removed from the cycle? What would happen to the other processes? That's where they're going to think. Or you can give them a scenario where you allow them to think. So your elaboration is more about building on concepts so that they can be able to become critical thinkers. And of course, your evaluation, you give something to the students for them to do as a test, in the sense of testing what they would have learned, right? So the traditional thing of, oh, you write multiple choice and you have fill in the blank, those are basic. Try to ensure that you use a variety. Crossword puzzle is good, but you can't use that all the time. A little short essay is good. A mini document or post or something creative is also good. But at the end of the day, ensure all your objectives are covered as best as possible, right? And that's basically your 5E. So you engage, explore, explain, elaborate, and then you evaluate. And of course, you can watch videos and you can look at samples online to guide you accordingly.